Welcome to my channel. What if I told you that a simple copper-colored coin, tossed aside by millions, might be worth more than most luxury homes in America? Imagine finding a 1977 USA 1-cent coin and discovering it's rumored to be valued at a staggering $48 million. Could it be real? Could something so ordinary carry such an extraordinary legacy? Today, we unravel one of the most astonishing tales buried within the world of numismatics, where history, mystery, and money converge around a penny that could change everything. The story begins in the heart of American minting history, a time when inflation, copper shortages, and political change had the nation's coinage under intense scrutiny. The year was 1977, and while disco balls turned and Star Wars hit theaters for the first time, something seemingly minor was happening in the United States Mint, something that would not be noticed until decades later. A coin struck like millions of others, bearing the profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, would go unnoticed for years, until whispers began. Whispers that one of these coins might not just be rare, it might be unique. The U.S. Mint produced over 4.4 billion 1-cent coins in 1977 across its Philadelphia and Denver locations. These coins were supposed to be uniform, standard in composition, 95% copper and 5% zinc, and weighed 3.11 grams. On the surface, every coin looked the same. But as decades passed, collectors began to suspect there was more to this story. Somewhere among the billions, a few, or maybe only one, coins were different. Exceptionally different. These rumors weren't baseless. Numismatists and collectors started trading stories of coins that showed unusual die errors, off-metal strikes, and irregularities in minting. Some coins seemed to bear details that weren't consistent with mass production. Others had peculiar appearances under magnification, sharper relief, odd weight, or even unusual metallic luster. Among these stories, the 1977 1-cent coin began to take center stage, not because of how many were made, but because of how few were truly special. One theory suggests that a rogue coin, perhaps a prototype or test strike, was never meant to leave the U.S. Mint. These test coins are often destroyed or recycled before reaching circulation. But what if one slipped through? What if, amid the hustle of mass production, a single coin was struck on a planchet not intended for public release? If true, it could carry incalculable value, not just for its composition, but for the story it tells, the mystery it holds, and the laws of minting it potentially defied. It wouldn't be the first time something like this happened. History has shown us rare coins emerging decades after they were minted, becoming legends in their own right. The 1943 copper penny, for example, is one of the most famous minting errors ever known, fetching over $1 million at auction. But where the 1943 cent was an error due to the transition from copper to steel planchets, the 1977 cent story is far more cryptic. There is no official record of error coins from that year reaching the public. No news releases. No mint memos. Just a spreading rumor and a rapidly growing interest among serious collectors, and then came the appraisal. A private coin collector, choosing to remain anonymous, claimed ownership of a 1977 1-cent coin that defied the standard diagnostics. Weighed, tested, and inspected, the coin allegedly presented properties unlike the rest. Rumors swirled that it was struck on a foreign planchet. Some even speculated it might be a one-off trial piece struck in a high-relief die with an experimental alloy. Whatever the case, it wasn't just a penny, it was something altogether different. An independent appraiser from a reputable numismatic grading service reportedly evaluated the coin and assigned it a staggering face value, $48 million. Of course, many questioned the validity. How could one penny be worth more than a Picasso painting or a fleet of luxury cars? Yet when examined through the lens of rarity, historical importance, and desirability, the value, while shocking, was not unthinkable. In the world of collectibles, value isn't always about materials, it's about the story, the context, the uniqueness. The auction world took notice. Private collectors from around the globe started inquiring about the 1977 coin. In hushed conversations, offers were rumored to be made, millions, then tens of millions. It wasn't long before the legend of the $48 million penny ignited a wave of interest in 1977 coins. Suddenly, everyone was checking their change jars, combing through old coin rolls, hoping lightning might strike twice. Coin dealers began seeing a spike in demand for 1977 pennies. Many were ordinary, of course, but the sheer possibility, the fantasy that one could hold a fortune in their fingertips, was intoxicating. And then, coin forums, YouTube videos, and Reddit threads exploded with amateur sleuths trying to crack the case. People started scrutinizing die markers, minting anomalies, rim details. Could there be more than one rare 1977 cent? As the lore grew, so did the skepticism. Some numismatists dismissed the $48 million claim as exaggerated folklore. Yet no one could debunk the coin's existence outright. The owner remained silent, protected by layers of confidentiality agreements and legal advisors. Whether to protect their investment or simply avoid a media frenzy, their identity, and the coins, remained a mystery. But mystery, as always, is a powerful fuel. It wasn't just American collectors who were captivated. International bidders showed interest. Japanese collectors known for paying record-breaking prices for rare items were reportedly monitoring the situation. European museums and private art institutions began inquiring about the coin's provenance. To them, this was not just currency, it was art, history, and mystery rolled into one. Economists weighed in, puzzled yet intrigued. Could a penny legitimately command such value without destabilizing numismatic markets? Was this a bubble, or a legitimate valuation rooted in unprecedented rarity? The debate raged on in academic circles and collector expos alike. At a national coin show, whispers of the $48 million cent spread like wildfire, attracting attendees who normally wouldn't have given a second glance to a 1977 penny. As the mystery thickened, forensic coin experts attempted to reconstruct the origin story. If the coin wasn't a standard issue, when and how was it minted? Some pointed fingers at transitional errors, coins struck during changes in die preparation or metal sourcing. Others speculated the involvement of a rogue mint employee, perhaps creating a clandestine strike as a proof of concept or out of curiosity. Still others believed it was part of a diplomatic set, gifted quietly and never documented. There's something poetic about a 1-cent coin, often ignored, lost, or discarded, becoming the most talked about piece of American coinage in decades. It flips our understanding of value on its head. It reminds us that history is not just locked in textbooks, but sometimes rattling around in an old drawer or coffee can. Collectors now obsessively seek specific markers. Some believe the coin will show signs of double die obverse, others point to subtle shifts in the Lincoln Memorial columns on the reverse. Some insist the clues lie in the lettering, variations in the "In God We Trust" or the date numerals. The speculation is endless, and with it, a golden age for 1977 penny collectors has quietly begun. The U.S. Mint, when approached, declined to comment on specific rumors or alleged rare issues. This only fanned the flames further. Some interpret the silence as tacit acknowledgement. Others believe the mint itself may not know what left its doors decades ago. When production is in the billions, sometimes the extraordinary slips through the cracks of the ordinary, and that, perhaps, is what makes this coin so compelling. It's not just its face value, it's the allure of discovery, the dream that maybe, just maybe, someone out there holds a $48 million treasure and doesn't even know it. The coin is more than a collector's item, it's a symbol of overlooked potential, a reminder that sometimes the smallest things carry the biggest surprises. So, what does this all mean for you? If you've got an old coin jar sitting in a closet, now might be the time to look. Check your pocket change. Visit a local coin dealer. You never know what's lurking among the copper. And if you happen to come across a 1977 penny that looks just a bit different, don't toss it aside. You could be holding a piece of American history. Or you could be holding $48 million. Thanks for diving into this incredible journey with us. If you enjoyed uncovering the mystery of the 1977 USA 1-cent coin and its rumored $48 million face value, don't forget to like this video, share it with your fellow collectors, and subscribe for more astonishing stories from the hidden corners of history. There's always more to discover, and your next coin might just be the next legend.